Quick little intro, I moved recently and I'm filming in a drastically different environment, which you can see more of on Patreon. I've been unpacking my equipment but also figuring out best practices for this new location, and in this video I hadn't quite worked out my sound, so it's not very good. Since recording this, I have come up with a better sound solution, so I just wanted to say that not all my videos will be like this in the future, just this one. Thank you for sticking through me working things out, and on to the video. Let me just take off my lovely lore hat and talk to you as just lore and not a representative of the Lolita community and not as an online personality, just me. And give you some brutally honest, spicy, hot takes, because why? I don't know, it'd be fun. I know this type of video isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But how do you know if this video is for you or not? Well, let's have an example. What is my opinion of Timmy Turner? My name is Doug. What is my opinion of demonias with Lolita fashion? A lot of people ask me this one. And my opinion is, I don't like it. I think that the styles are so different that they sort of clash. I don't see that there's really a way to blend the two together, and to me, it always has this kind of disjointed, disconnected look. But again, that's only my opinion. And if you disagree, I would love to hear you calmly explain in the comments why you think otherwise, or if you wear demonias with Lolita, why you choose to do it. Maybe you like that kind of disconnect, or maybe you don't see it as a disconnect. I would love to hear your thoughts on it because that drives up engagement. But also, there's been lots of things in Lolita that in the start I wasn't really sure of or I didn't like, and then over time I did like. And I don't know if my thoughts around demonias will change. I love them separate. I never like to blend kind of gothy things with sweet. I always like to keep them very separate. If your reaction to hearing me say that I don't like demonias in Lolita is that's perfectly okay. You're a sweet little sensitive bun and you need a mild video. Most of my videos are quite mild and sweet and can cater to you, my little precious bun. But this one is a little bit spicy, okay, a little bit hot, and I'll just see you next time. I don't want your feelings to get hurt. Wait, before anyone leaves, don't you want to hear about my sponsor? Flowers and bouquets are like quintessential to Lolita. There are so many prints that have beautiful flowers on them, like Little Bird Symphonia, even though it's a bird's print, lots of flowers. But having real life flowers, there's only a short window of time where they're beautiful and pristine, and then you just watch them die. Which is why I'm grateful to be partnering with Rose Forever. Rose Forever is a New York-based brand that started in 2019. They create luxurious rose boxes with naturally preserved roses that will last for a year as if freshly picked. All materials used in these boxes are vegan friendly, even the pink suede and black velvet. They sent me a beautiful mystery bouquet. I have no idea what it is. Let's take a look-see. Wow, I was like, surprise me, maybe it'll be a challenge to style my outfit with, and it's a pink bouquet, of course. It already matches so perfect. These arrangements would be a great gift for any Lolita, as a lot of Lolitas have like a little area that they like to take pictures and dress up. For me, I have my lovely studio now. I'm excited to make this a fixture of it. You could see your treasure in all of their photos. Rose Forever roses come in a variety of colors, including pink and red, as well as specialty colors like violet, black, and royal blue, to match any Lolita coordinate or style. These specialty colors are created through natural pigmentation processes to keep their rich shades. If you're watching this video as it releases, you should have enough time to get one for Valentine's Day, as mine arrived in just a few days. Thank you so much, Rose Forever, for helping support my channel. I don't know why I thought gloves would be a good look for this video when I'm taking the questions off of my phone. Let's go back to other me. Alright, so on Instagram I asked you for things that you wanted my brutally honest opinion on, and let's dive into it. A lot of people wanted me to talk about sizing, and I feel like I've already talked about sizing in Lolita a bunch of times. Maybe I should make like a dedicated video to it, but at this point I feel like I don't have much to say other than yes, I think that brands should have multiple sizes. There's always a way. I don't understand why people still fight about it. Obviously Meta has done it, and like a lot of people argue that the cost of making different sizes and stocking them would be too complicated for some brands, but then do pre-orders of different sizes and don't make them until you fill those orders. It's simple. I don't even have a business degree. I went to school for film, so I don't know how fashion merchandising works, but with my tiny little knowledge and exposure to brands, I've seen literal one-person brands be able to do it, so larger companies should be able to do it too, and you're cutting off a huge part of your demographic by not having multiple sizes. If someone asks what is my opinion of bangs, and I'm biased of bangs because I have always had them. My forehead is really big. I need them in order to make my face feel balanced, and I feel weird without them, but that doesn't mean that every Lolita has to have them. Even if I don't wear Lolita, I still have bangs. You don't need to have them. It's like not, to me, it's not relevant to Lolita. It's just relevant to how you want to do your hair. What's the most overrated print? Cat's Tea Party. I'm sorry. Like, there's so many more. I don't know, it's a cute print, but I just don't understand the hype over it. I'm sorry. Do you like empire waists? Lolita fashion has ruined waists for me. I think of all high-waisted pieces as being my natural waist. Like, this isn't necessarily an empire waist, but it is higher than my natural waist slightly. And when I wear pieces that have my natural waist, I feel like I have such a long torso when I don't. It's just Lolita has like conditioned me to think that my waist is like right underneath my boobs, which it's not. But yes, I do like empire waists because I have a weird perception of where a waist should be in Lolita, and it's somewhere around an empire waist or high waist. A lot of Lolitas have no sense of style outside of the fashion. No, yes, I don't know. I think that there's so many different people who wear Lolita fashion that it's not fair to say such a blanket statement. I do think that there are people who like just wear Lolita and don't have any other fashion interests. For me, for like the last 2 years I felt that way because I've just been wearing sweats in Lolita. That's largely because of like the panorama. So I have a lot of interest in other fashions. I just haven't had a chance to wear it because I haven't been going out anywhere. And I think that a lot of people are probably that way too, though there are some that have no interest in other styles. Yeah, I'm curious to hear in the comments how many of you are just interested in Lolita, or if you have a lot of different fashion styles that you're interested in. My opinion on Lolitas at heart. So like, listen, there's no shame in being a beginner and not having started and, you know, just absorbing everything about the fashion and being interested in stuff and calling yourself Lolita at heart, that's fine. But when you start like arguing with people who have been wearing the fashion for years, no, don't do that. Don't use the fact that you're a Lolita at heart and you know things to like argue with them. Stop right there. Stay in your lane. Cat ears in Lolita. I used to be so against them, and now I don't know how it feels. I don't know. I've always worn bear ears, so I feel like I can't say flat out that like, no, you can't wear cat ears. I kind of answered this in a video already, but I feel like my answer from then has maybe even changed again, because I'm pretty sure I said I don't like the look of the more realistic looking ears, but I feel like now I am, because in this year 2022 I feel like we're just embracing anime nerd culture. Nothing is cringe, just do whatever you want, and that's how I feel towards it. Selling secondhand clothes at a higher price than originally sold. I think that this sucks, but it is generally fair because there's only a limited number of those pieces out in the market, and depending on who wants it, supply and demand, it's gonna drive the price up. I've been asked a lot about gatekeepers, and my opinion is that they're not as bad as people make them out to be. As someone who's been like gate kept and like received threats for wearing clown makeup, and people have criticized on the internet for literal years. It still hasn't stopped me. It's not gonna stop me. I think that gatekeepers only have the amount of power that you give them, and a lot of Lolitas and beginners and people who are getting interested in it, they don't do things because they're afraid of what might happen, of what these people might say. And it is true that there is gatekeepers in Lolita. There are people that have been discriminatory, hateful, that will just be terrible. That's kind of the nature of any large group of people, any fandom. Like in cosplay, in LARP, in historical reenactment, in doll collecting, there's always gonna be gatekeepers, people, and just gotta find your way to do what you want to do and navigate through that, and don't pay attention to it or don't let it stop you. Obviously, there's a lot of different things that come into play with gatekeepers, like maybe you may be more prone to it because of like anxiety and such, or past experiences, but to me, I don't think that gatekeepers in 2022 are as big of a problem in Lolita anymore, partially because there are so many visible Lolitas online who continually say, just do what you want to wear, have fun with it. I've made basically my whole career around making that statement over and over again. There are lots of other Lolitas too that are present online and visible, that just live by example, that you can take in any time that a gatekeeper might get in your way, or the idea of a gatekeeper gets in your way. But I feel like a lot of new beginners make them out to be this like unseen monster, and they give them too much power. My opinion of the new honey cake colorways, because I own the cotton original one, and I think that it also has like faded over time, I feel like the new ones look so fake and costumey because they're so bright and they're a different material, but I still like them, and like on their own I like them, but when I try to compare the two, it's weird. It's this weird thing, but I'm not against them. I think that obviously it's great that they re-released it. It's great that there's more variety of it. Can and should non-East Asian people wear East Asian styles like wa or ki? For anyone who's never heard these terms before, a really quick breakdown is ki Lolita is inspired by more traditional Chinese clothing, and wa Lolita is inspired by traditional Japanese clothing blended with Lolita. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. As a Ukrainian, German, Scottish person, I have no clue. I don't know. I did meet Aito from Royal Princess Alice, and I wore a piece from her line that was sort of in that style, and she was very expressive that anyone should wear ki and wa Lolita, specifically wa, but I don't know, that's not for me to say, that's for her to say, for East Asian people. I think that the context of it is really important, but I don't know. I personally wouldn't wear it. I'm not interested in those styles, and clearly I'm not educated enough on them. I would love to try it out in a way that someone could teach me more about it, but as it is right now, I don't know. No socks in a casual court. I hate wearing socks in the summer with flats. Oh no, I'm sorry. Like, you can do that, that's fine, but I would never. I don't like the feeling of my feet in shoes without socks. I can't stand it. It feels so gross to me. No. I don't think that that's a Lolita rule. I think that that's just like a me all the time, any clothing, any rule. Unless you're wearing sandals. Even then, why do you want to wear sandals? And your feet are gonna get all dirty. It's just a hygienic thing. But like, you can do it, sure, fine, I'm not gonna get mad. Kawaii sneakers used in Lolita courts. Yes, do it. People get so mad about it. Who the fuck cares? At the end of the day, Lolita is just a style that you use to express yourself, to style to wear, and you can do it however you want, whether I agree with it or not. I like cute sneakers in Lolita. I think it's cool. You could argue that there's like a disconnect there between the style of it, but I think that if it's more plain or more cutesy color, I wouldn't wear an OTT sweet cord with running shoes. I would probably do a more casual, basic coordinate with just like a dress and a blouse and less accessories and stuff to wear with it. Gonna be honest with you, I'm filming in this room right now because I'm gonna paint these walls soon and I wanted to at least document it once. I feel really cute in this Miss Danger overdress and my fluffy Tory shoes, which you can't see, but they'll be on TikTok. Thanks for coming along on this adventure and for listening to my opinions. Please don't be hurt by any of them that you disagree with. My opinions really don't matter. It's fine. And share any of your opinions in the comments, whether they're the same or not. I would love to hear more about your thoughts on this fashion. And as always, stay lovely.